Dun, 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 dun. We are live. Are we
Hello,
live? Yeah,
guys.
it took me a second. My phone's delayed.
Was it? Oh, it
Oh,
just what? Just I can't see the chat either. I'm gonna have to get. Hang on. Just go
oh, there
ahead.
it goes. My phone.
I
Yeah, my
can't see
phone's
it.
like a 20-second delay, so it doesn't pop
Um.
up.
Okay. Well, you'll have to go with the chat because I can't see the chat.
All right, I'll tell you if anybody's talking smack about you.
Give me a minute. Tell them hello. Who is it?
Nobody.
I thought we had 3 people waiting.
It says we did.
Okay. Well, I am. I'm getting it. I'll have chat in a minute.
All right, so who do we want to do first? Do we want to do Darlie or
Heidi.
Heidi? Heidi.
Heidi.
Okay. I see Mr. Foz.
Is he here?
He's
Oh
her.
my God. Hi.
There he is.
How sweet. He's starting to be really nice about coming over and supporting us, huh?
I know.
Even
I
with the
can
drama going on.
I can block him.
E- Even with the drama going on, you know.
Oh yeah, it's all crazy.
Did you ask Mr. Falls about a wrench?
No, I did not
Yeah,
supposed to.
yeah, ask him. Or
You want a wrench, Mr. Foz?
I guess he can hear me. I'm going for all guys wrenches. That's what I'm doing.
No drama, all men.
I
That's
am.
probably a good idea.
No joke. I'm doing a pretty good job at it too, aren't
Yeah. Where are your boys anyway?
I? They should be here. Mark, he's set aside everything for it. He should be here. I'll find out in a second. I got to get on my other phone just to see what I'm
Oh,
doing.
wait, oh crap. How do I make him a wrench? I forgot. Okay, okay, wait, don't tell
Um,
me. I'll remember.
Get on your phone,
I know. Wait, on my phone?
highlight it, and then get on your phone. And
Okay, I gotta log in. Switch accounts.
don't run off and leave us, Mr. Foss. We're trying to figure everything out.
We're
We should have got
slow.
on here earlier and
Oh
done it.
God. I pulled up my phone and it had a bat eating a banana on it.
That's
What?
funny. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
on.
Uh,
Oh shoot, I gotta turn it down. Wait, there it goes. I can see you, Mr. Falls.
wait.
Oh wait. Oh,
There we go. I got it.
did you get it?
Bam.
Okay. Oh
There's
shoot.
Irvin.
Oh, you gotta do it again. I removed him.
Oh, you took him off? Let me
I
see.
got it. I got it. I added him back. Okay. Can you see? Can you see? I can't see.
I'll
Does
just
he have a
post
rant?
I see it.
Okay. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to mine. Switch over to mine, and then so I can see the chat and I can see the wrenches and all that.
All righty.
Okay.
Oh, he's blue.
I know it's not blue if I'm on our channel though on my phone.
Oh yeah, it isn't. That's weird.
It's
All
weird.
right.
Okay. But you'll have to do any when Mark comes in. Um, yeah, make sure he has a wrench because I don't think he does on this channel.
Okay, I'll check him when he comes in.
Okay.
When he checks in.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I cannot see y'all yet. I'm trying to get there.
All right.
Crazy.
Tell me when you got it ready, and we'll start with Miss
I'm
Heidi.
trying. Oh my God, I'm on a different.
Yeah, this. Yeah, I went from fully thinking it was Jason Sugarman to her ex-husband. I did a complete flip flop.
You did? Are you believing
Yeah,
it? Tony?
I think the ex-husband has something to do with her disappearance now. I don't think. I don't know. I don't get. He's just dragging her now for no reason. She's
Right.
disappeared. There's no reason to be doing what he's doing and saying what he's saying about her.
Why didn't? Oh, wait. What order is it in?
Do what?
Is it mystery? Is it mystery first?
Murder,
I can't
madness,
remember.
and mystery.
Okay. You got it in
Irvin don't
the.
want no wrench, he said.
Oh,
It's okay. I got accused of blocking all the time too.
what?
Oh,
Oh,
Irvin said he didn't want a wrench because he was accused of blocking. I
did
said, yeah,
he
me too.
get accused of blocking?
I'm sure from somewhere.
Okay, murders first.
Yes.
Okay,
Then madness, then mystery.
right. See, it's right. It's I don't know. It just doesn't. I can't register it for some reason.
It's the triple M's.
I know, but I have them turned around for some reason. I want to do it a different.
Irvin said the audio is weird on his end. He'll
Is
come
it
out.
echoing?
He said he'll go out and come back in.
Are we echoing though?
He said it's been doing that all day, so it doesn't sound like it's just us.
And
But murder ends in an R. Madness ends in an S. Mystery ends in a Y. So they're an
You learning how to spell?
yes, he is. She said, "Are you learning how to spell?" They can hear you, honey.
Sorry.
Boss says the audio is fine for him. Must just be Irvin having problems.
Yeah.
It'll do
Okay.
like a weird glitch out screen for me sometimes when I pull up a video. I don't know why. It only does it on my phone.
Okay, I can see the wrenches and everything. I'm good to go.
All right. So we'll go ahead and start with Heidi. How do you say her last name?
Plank.
Plank? I always want to call it like Plank
Plank.
or something.
Plank. Or that's the way they were saying it was plank. Okay. And so you can go ahead and start. I guess put pictures up or whatever, and I will go and
Oh,
find
yeah.
out where Allie is and the rest of them right fast.
Alright. Y'all gonna have to bear with me on this screen share and stuff.
Have you've got it figured out though, right? You got it figured out.
Semi.
I'm glad it's you doing it because I would really have it messed up. Okay.
No, where's my stream yard? Okay. Share. Share screen. Bam. Ah, there it is. Okay.
Okay, they're on their way. Oh shoot.
I guess we could just do a quick recap.
Yeah.
So Heidi is a mom from the Los Angeles area. She vanished on October 17th. She was at her son's football game and she left at halftime. Her ex-husband said that she looked like she was edgy, upset, and she was last seen in downtown Los Angeles. Her dog was found in the high rise building that at the time nobody thought she had any connections to, but apparently she did have connections at the time. She failed to pick up her son on the 20th from school because her and her husband shared 50-50 custody. So that's when he filed a missing persons report on her and filed for a wellness check to be performed. Let's see. The cops they got to her house and she wasn't there, her vehicle wasn't there, her purse wasn't there. What else? Um what was it? Her work laptop was there.
Her work laptop and
Her cell phone?
oh, we're echoing
Oh,
badly.
I don't hear it.
I can hear it. Okay. Um, her work, her laptop, and her personal phone was left behind.
Yes. And then on the 29th, the FBI raided her phone and took unknown files from the home. So we don't know if they were her personal files, if they were work related files, All we know is they raided her home. And
Right.
there hasn't been any sightings of her, she's just gone. There's been no contact. Her bank cards haven't been used. She's just literally vanished into thin air. She's just gone. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they haven't found her vehicle. Uh-oh, we're echoing again.
Yeah, her vehicle, they haven't found a trace of it either. It's just gone too somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but the Daily News or Daily Mail, they're the only one I could really find an update from. But
Uh,
apparently I don't know, it sounds like they've been talking to the ex-husband quite a bit. But yeah, he
yeah.
filed for custody 6 days after she went missing, and he was granted sole custody. His reasoning was so that he could put his son in therapy for his mom disappearing, which he could have done that anyway, but
That makes no sense.
yeah.
See, I'm echoing. For some reason.
Oh, that's weird. I don't hear it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go out and come back in. You keep going.
All right. Well, I'll have to add you back to StreamYard.
I'm gonna come back in without a picture on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So there was something weird that he said that I thought was really weird because he said one of the reasonings he was saying he wanted to put his son in therapy was because his mom had disappeared and he was distraught, which I get. But he was also saying, if she's found dead, then I'm like, if she's found dead, why would you say something like that? It just, I don't know. And there's a really big age gap between them too. Heidi's 39 and he's 63. So I mean, there's a which I think she was, money motivated was why she was partially with him. But he doesn't look his age in all fairness. So, but they were able to finally get the surveillance of a building. I'm not sure if it was the building or a building near where her dog was, but they seen her there. I think it was like an hour after she had left the football game, and that's where her dog was found on the 28th floor. So apparently, she did know somebody in that building because she didn't have her purse with her, but she had a mask, and she was seen, like she was going to go back into the building. So I'm not sure if they have like footage of her actually inside the building or I don't know. They haven't released that. So I don't know on that. Let's see. Where do we want to go next? So the reason that I'm leaning more towards the ex-husband doing this now, where'd Cheryl go? Oh yeah, she was leaving and coming back. I forgot. I think the husband, my suspicion is leaning towards him because if you read the Daily Mail article, you just type in her name and pull up the Daily Mail article. He was, you're not popping up in StreamYard, Cheryl. I don't see you. You're not showing up in backstage. We lost her. Do you mean send you the link again? All right. Well, if she pops up, I'll add her. Okay, so the Daily Mail, like I said, you can type in Heidi, and she'll pop up on the Daily Mail channel. And the ex-husband just went on a bash fest. I guess there's reasons I could see why he didn't or why he said some of these things about her, but some of it he just went overboard. Like there's actual custody documents that the Daily Mail received, which I'm sure it was from the ex-husband. It shows that Heidi had psychotic breakdowns, bizarre behavior, and a history of drug abuse. I haven't read completely through all the documents, but we can pull them up. In 2015, he was trying to get full custody because he said he was scared of Heidi's behavior. He said she lashed out a lot and she was worried for her son's safety. And then in October of 2015, she actually checked herself into a mental hospital. So she was there for 2 days, and then she called her ex-husband to have him come pick her up because she said she was scared there. I'm not sure what the whole situation on that was. It was kind of bizarre all in its own. Hold on, let me message Cheryl. I think she got lost. I don't see her pulling up backstage. Yeah, the ex-husband's something else. And the reason I thought maybe Sugarman was involved on part of it in the beginning was because I think you'll have to forgive me, I don't have all the facts, on point. I try to, but I can't remember every date. He had a court date for his, where he tried to steal the $43 million from it was a Native American pension fund. And his friend, business partner, he actually went to jail. He's serving 15 years and had to pay back $80 million, I guess, in some type of restitution fees. So Sugarman's actually still pending on, whether what they're going to do with him, whether they're going to put him in jail or not. So, and the only thing he was worried about was the laptop. He wanted the laptop. He wanted the laptop. He wasn't worried about, he didn't seem interested in Heidi or how she was or where she was. And my feelings on that now, looking back, are I'm sure him and Heidi communicated, so those communications would be on the laptop. So I think that was his reasonings. He was more worried about himself in the moment. But the muffin thing, I'm never going to understand the muffin thing. That didn't make no sense. If y'all watched our last live, you seen where he took a bag of muffins and dropped them off at her front door 2 days after she disappeared. So I don't get the muffin thing. We still haven't been able to figure that out. Let me message Cheryl. Maybe she needs the link again. I know she was having problems with her laptop, so she was trying to work off her phone. Allison, I'm fixing to pull you up here. I don't like being all alone. Yeah, it was crazy. Samantha, you seen? I don't know. You just have to watch the video. It's so strange because he knew she was missing, yet he dropped the muffins off at her front door. I think it was muffins. It's just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Oh, there's Cheryl. She's back.
I'm back.
You left me. I was
Oh my
around
gosh.
Allison.
Yeah, it's really messed up, so I can't fix it.
Yeah. So yeah, we got to we started talking about the muffins again, or when he left them on her porch.
The muffins? Okay.
I don't know.
So what did you need to know? Okay.
Feedback.
Anyway, the new information, the updates, right?
Yeah, I went over how you got something going on with feedback.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I thought I heard something funny.
Can you hear it now? Okay.
It's like a squeaky almost.
Oh, great. Everybody's really quiet.
Sounds like you got a little squirrel with you.
Okay, can you hear it now?
No.
Okay.
You're good now.
Okay, because it's my laptop. Okay. Well, I mean, the update on it. I don't know if you caught everybody up, but
I got down to when they were talking about the checking herself into a mental hospital.
Right. She checked herself into a mental hospital, and then she called him immediately and saying that she wanted to come home because they were molesting her. And he asked her why she thought that was happening, and she said it's because every time she has to go to the bathroom, she has to, uh, I don't know how to put it. She had to poop and she had to pee at the same time. That was her reason for thinking she was being molested. So then she called him back an hour later and said she would stay there. So it's kind of bizarre. But
But these
then,
things are all allegedly too, because they're coming from the ex-husband. I haven't seen any proof that these things were actually
okay,
said.
yeah, it's just through the court records now. Uh, I mean, where he's filed for custody because, okay, they
Mm.
uh, they got married um, in 2004. They were divorced by 2008. Um, this is where he comes into play. He's pointing the finger at um, her boss, right? So
Crap.
there was more video evidence found of her walking her dog um, in the back alley of that high rise, and then the dog was found on the 28th floor roaming around. So that was the new footage that came out. Then uh, the ex-husband now has come out with uh, at the same day she went missing, he went and filed for emergency sole custody of his son, saying that he would need therapy because he was so distraught over his mother being gone. Well, come to find out, he's been fighting her for custody, wanting custody of her son from way back since they got divorced, because saying that she was addicted to Adderall and that she had a history of just bizarre behavior. And he is blaming it on the people that she worked for,
Oh,
which
Lord.
was Camden Capital Partners, Jason Sugarman. Um, the only thing weird about that, Jason Sugarman showed up 2 days, after she disappeared and left muffins on her doorstep. Um, she was downtown LA, is where the dog was wandering around, and that's 30 minutes away from her house. Um, the dog, when she was walking the dog in the alley, that's 30 minutes. 30 minutes after that is when her dog was found wandering on the 28th floor. Now, the ex-husband is saying that the FCC called him wanting to know about her boss, wanting to know what information he had about her boss, which that sounds shady. I don't think they would be doing that.
Mm-mm.
You know, they're just not going to be doing that if they're investigating him. But his charges are pending in his fraud for $43 million. Well, so he is putting in there that she is a drug user and that she was going to three different doctors, getting different prescriptions, and that she was using this medication. She was acting just really strange. And so he was using all this information against her all along to try to get custody of his son. And I'm
Yeah,
sure he's having to pay alimony and child support also.
he was claiming that she was addicted to amphetamines and Adderall.
Right. And then,
I think
but at
that's
the time she came up missing, he said that she was a wonderful mother, and he didn't mention any of this at all. But that day, the same day she went missing, he went and filed the paperwork for full custody. And if he has full custody, the child support, he don't have to pay it no more.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, in my opinion, I think that that throws him as being suspicious because I think that if Jason, what's his last name? Sugarman, if he's the one that would have had her killed or responsible for her disappearance, he would have took that laptop that he was so worried about because he
Yeah.
called the ex-husband. The ex-husband said, and all he was worried about was the laptop and that phone. If he had someone kill her or take her, he would have made that person would have been instructed. Those two things is what I'm wanting. I want those, but they were
Yeah.
left in the home. Now the husband turned over the laptop, but he didn't turn over her personal phone. He did. He said he didn't look inside of it for a week later. Now, why didn't he turn over that phone to the police? That's a red flag.
So my question is, how did he get into Heidi's house to get her possessions? Did he go with them to do the
A
wellness
friend
check?
of hers, met him there, and she let him in.
Oh,
They went
okay.
in together. So that is how that happened. So I don't know. And he didn't even turn over. I mean, he should have turned. That's evidence. He should have turned over her phone, you know, to the police. And him filing the paperwork the same day to get that custody, what he's been fighting for all this time. And he's pointing the finger at Jason Sugarman, the
Yeah.
husband is, saying that he's calling him, wanting the laptop, wanting the phone. Well, if he, he's wanting it desperately because of the information that he has on the fraud she has in that computer, because she has all of his financials.
Oh, sad.
So I believe it's the ex-husband, and he's trying to point the finger at this Sugarman. Otherwise, he was desperate in to get this stuff. I mean, the laptop, and even if he did call, they were accusing her of embezzlement. Now, that doesn't sound right either, because they sent over her financials and there was no sign of embezzlement anywhere.
Yeah.
So the ex-husband's story is not adding up, and I believe that that's where it lies.
And the other weird story that he told was that Heidi, I'm not sure when it was, but Heidi trashed their then 4-year-old son's room. Then she climbed out of a window and onto a neighbor's roof. The cops called the neighbors. She was half naked and flipping the switch on and off to an electrical box.
Right.
I'm like, what? But I don't know.
Isn't that amazing?
I was just
Uh,
like, well, that's a unique story. I can't say I've heard that one before. And he would
that's
say
really
like
funny.
that when the mom would, he would allegedly say that the son would tell him that oh, it's my dog. He
Right,
said
photo
that
studios. You're
he would like
right.
destroy his Lego projects when she was done, and just weird stuff like that. And then he would say
Uh,
that Heidi would tell her son to shoot like his Nerf gun darts into her cleavage area. It's
right.
just weird. I'm like, why? How is any of this relevant to her disappearing? Why? What
Right.
is the point
Well,
in bringing any of this up?
he's trying to say that she had mental problems, and that uh and
Well, I
that
get saying that
he's
during the
using the
court.
mental problem well, he's using the mental problems with the courts to get the child,
Well, I get
full custody of the
why he
child.
did that before, but why bring it to the public eye now? That's nobody's
Hi,
business.
Alex. Alex is here. Um,
Hi,
it's
Alex.
I think it's just to make her look like that she could have wandered off and hurt herself. It's taking the blame, I mean, the spotlight off of him, and the reason that he did what he did because it made him look suspicious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was
It
reading.
made him look suspicious because he went and filed for. full custody,
And see,
and
I
he's
don't
rich.
know if you read number 18 on the screen. I don't know if you guys can read it. Let me try to
You have to make it bigger, baby.
change
Gotta be
my.
bigger.
Oh, good.
No, a little bit bigger. You should be able to. Let's see. In the corner, it should have it where you can push on it and it'll zoom in.
I
Yeah,
zoomed. It may be delayed.
yeah. You can zoom
But
in.
anyway, he said, I'm worried for our son's safety. I have personal knowledge of the fact that the respondent has a history of substance abuse. See, I wasn't able to find anywhere that it's proven she has substance abuse.
Right,
It's just
right.
him, again, alleging that she does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all the ex-husband saying all of this stuff about her. I mean, first she was an excellent mom and he was pointing it towards the guy, but then he started looking, uh, kind of as a suspect because he thought that going and filing for this child custody thing would look funny because doing it the same day that she disappeared, and
Yeah.
and the things that he was saying about her then trying to get. So he had to,
And like I said, I
start.
get doing all this during the custody, but he didn't give these documents to the Daily Mail until after Heidi was missing and after he
Honey,
was already granted sole custody. So why is he doing this? Why is he giving this to the media and stuff? This has nothing. He already has sole custody of the kid
right,
now. So
right. But
why? How is this relevant to helping find her?
well, I think that he's trying to put it off that she could have wandered off and done something to herself, took off on her own. He's
Yeah.
blaming that, and he's blaming the boss. So he has two outlets in order to take focus off of himself, make
Yeah.
himself look like a good guy.
I don't it to me it just paints him as a shitty person.
Well, he's not looking at it like that. He's looking at it like protecting his son.
Yeah, no. But I don't know.
And then, and it is a high profile case, and they have not even come out with anything that has to do with oh her vehicle being found yet.
Yeah, it's like they're more focused on these court documents right now
Right.
and all the stories he has to tell because I haven't seen
But
anything about like are they searching any particular place for her? Have,
I
have they
bet
talked
it's making
to
it, but it also is giving him. I mean, to where people will go and look. I mean, thinking that she wandered off. I mean, and if they
Yeah.
do find her, it'll be an excuse. But he has enough money to hire someone to get rid of her and her vehicle. Good.
Yeah.
The other guy has enough money to get rid of her,
They
pay to
all
get rid
do.
of her. Okay, but the only thing is, here's the hang up. If the guy that is, you know, his case is pending for the $43 million fraud.
Mhm.
Here's what I noticed. If he did it, then he would not be concerned about, I mean, he would have got that laptop and that phone. He would
Yeah.
have had those people that got rid of her to get those two items that he desperately needed, if
Yeah.
that was the case. Because he's not going to want to get rid of her and have the police get a hold of that laptop and that phone. And that's what takes the suspicion off of him, because he had enough money that they would have done the job right.
Yeah.
Now,
This
the
this
husband,
picture here is supposedly of Heidi and the dog.
yes,
I don't I don't know. That's not good enough for me to say it's Heidi and the
uh,
dog.
well, You know, to tell you the truth, what about, is her hair put up? Because her hair was
And
longer.
I thought her hair was blonde, more blonde,
Yeah, real blonde.
But I
But
don't
it
know.
could be at night. It's at night, isn't
Yeah,
that at night?
yeah, I
Yeah,
think it is, and because it was after the Suns football game, so
right.
I don't know. It's just that's not good enough for me. I'm just needy, I guess. I want more.
Cement Shoe says he really likes your butterfly avatar.
Oh, thank you. This is we haven't really talked a lot about I guess our current boyfriend. I guess he's still the current boyfriend.
Yeah,
We
but
haven't really
he
talked much
was
about him, but this is a picture of him.
he was like, um, Alex, I got a lot of compliments on. I put the butterfly um, intro thing out there, and I'm getting a lot of compliments on it. The
Yeah,
yellow
I have a
butterfly you
butterfly
made for me.
avatar. Hint, hint.
It's beautiful. Everybody's really liking it.
I know, I love it. Also, it's so pretty.
There's Mark. Look, we
Ah,
have all of our people are wrenches. Look,
I know.
I
Ain't
don't
nobody
care.
coming up in here tonight.
These are the people I trust. So these are our our mods, and they're here. I mean, that's what counts. But yeah, and
Yeah,
Cement Shoe says this guy reminds him of Fotis Dulos.
I
Do
don't know who
you
that is.
remember that case? Uh,
Let me get.
he his wife. He had 5 children. His wife disappeared, and they never had found her, and he committed suicide.
Oh,
They found, but his girlfriend still. I mean, his girlfriend and a lawyer is still on the hook for helping him.
I guess I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, she'll help
Yeah,
us.
that's one of my cases. That Fotis Dulos. You've got to look at it.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I don't guess I've ever even heard that name before. Hmm, that's strange. Well, that's all we could really find on updates for the Heidi case. That's it. So I think Cheryl died on us again. Is she alive? That's a clown. He's the clown that ate all the Tylenol PMs, I think January 2020, before everything went completely mad. Oh my gosh, I have never heard of him before. You'd think I would have heard of that in the news or something.
Oh, it was a big case because she's rich. Her family's rich. You should have seen
How do I
the
miss all this stuff? I
they
don't know
lived
any
in
of the good cases.
they lived in a $10 million house.
Please, $10 million. I wouldn't
Oh,
know
and
what to
that
do with
wasn't
that
the only
money.
one they had. They had other ones too. But her parents were really rich. I mean, really rich. And
The dueling widows.
really-
I
I
never heard of
mean,
that either.
and they never found her body. I mean, they don't think they'll ever find it. I know where it is. I pegged where it is. I know where that body is. Nobody will listen to me though.
Cement says, "Did you tell about the dueling widows?"
Oh, not yet. No, I
I've
haven't
never
yet.
heard of that.
I will give that to her next. That's
I
another
ain't
case.
heard of the wife either. I ain't heard of nothing.
Cement has been feeding me the cases that he's wanting covered, so I've been feeding them to you.
Yeah, the dueling widows, that like instantly perked my interest.
Yeah.
I don't know
What,
that clown that ate all the Tylenol. I don't know. I want to do both of those.
what
That's
did that
really
say?
cool.
What did that say about the chat? I guess I'm behind on the.
Did double click on the live on your video you're on,
Mhm.
and like it'll like catch you up if you're behind.
Double click on what?
Like where are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like
I'm looking at chat on my laptop.
oh okay.
So
Well, the
it's
last comment I see is from Cement. You've probably heard of his wife Jennifer Dulo.
okay.
No, I hadn't
Yeah,
heard of her either.
okay, cool. Okay. I got it now. But yes, um, me and Cement has went through a lot of cases, haven't we, Cement, on another channel in the mornings.
Oh my
We
gosh.
go way back.
2 widows, each with 2 husbands apiece. All 4
Uh,
husbands killed with antifreeze before the Antifreeze Bittering Act. Widows completely unrelated.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And
Well, I like your name for it,
Alex
Cement.
still here?
Do what?
Is Alex still here?
I seen her a few minutes ago.
Um, what do you think about the graphics? Isn't our girl good with the graphics? What do y'all think? I think it's great.
I'm getting there. I'm remembering stuff from high school. I just got to catch up now.
And the videos that she's been putting out is just really nice.
All right. Well,
Yeah, there's
do you
Alex.
got anything else on
But yeah, okay, wait. Yes,
Heidi?
I do. Yeah, I do. Wait. Let's see. Uh, yeah, she climbed over the fence. Yeah, okay. Let me do that. Okay.
All I
Yeah.
got on
Yeah.
her. There's just really not a whole lot of updates on her whereabouts or where they're looking for, or
Yeah. But
there's just
I
not
mean,
much.
they just don't have any, anything else. I mean, except for that. I mean, but that's the reason that I'm pointing towards the husband because he is just so adamant about, I mean, what he's doing to her now is just totally wrong. His
Yeah,
name is
my first life, I thought it was all Sugarman. I didn't think the husband at all, and now I'm flipping. I think
Mhm.
it's the husband now.
And he's got okay. Now the emergency order now is for sole custody with
Is
no
it
visitation. He doesn't
temporary?
want her to have no visitation at all. He got
Why
it
do you have to worry about visitation? She disappeared.
right, but if he's saying this is to make
I
him
don't
look not so guilty, and he's saying that with no visitation because he want. I mean, I don't know. That's the only thing right there that makes me a little weary that he might not be guilty right there.
cold
Okay.
blooded on
Uh,
Winter. Oh, I'll have to look this up.
and this is in August 2015 is when she went through all of her mental stuff and her drug stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
6 years ago.
right. So, and he did have the excuse that, he needed this sole custody because he needed to get the child into therapy right away because the child was so distraught over his mom's missing. And they
Yeah.
said if he, if they found her deceased, then the son was really going to be broken up, and he wanted to make sure he was already in.
I'm like, why
Uh,
would you bring that up? I mean, I guess it is a possibility, but that just
because
seems like an odd
he
thing to bring
knows
up to
that she's
me.
dead. He knows she's dead.
Yeah, it's I know it's
Not
just that would be the last thing that I'd be thinking or telling someone. I'd be like, no, she's out there somewhere, we got it. She's there. She's somewhere. We'll find her. Somebody will find her. Somebody will see her. It's just that wouldn't
but
be.
he's already
She's probably
preparing.
deceased.
He's already preparing for her to be dead, in which shows guilt to me.
Oh my gosh, that's messed up. Castor buried her 2 husbands side by side like brothers. That shouldn't be funny, but what the hell?
Cement can come up with some crap. Him and Mark Klein and him can come up with some doozies.
Turn her
They
into her
they
local
make you
dog
crack
pound
up.
and ask if she could buy some of whatever they use to kill cats.
Yeah.
No, you can't make this kind
Oh,
of stuff
and,
up.
he's hilarious.
She buried
If you
them
want
side by
to
side.
make an intro for
Oh,
your channel, that you can load into your stream or message me with what you want it to say. Oh, okay. Yes, I do. Guess what?
Alex, the queen.
Since it's all my mods that are in here anyway, um, we got a professional producer to make our intro music on both channels.
No,
Ta-da!
I did.
I'm so happy. They're not ready yet. They should be ready here anytime soon.
I'm sorry, I just can't get past Barry and the husband side by side.
You need to come up
It
with some.
shouldn't be funny, but for some reason it cracks me up. It's like the
You
final last insult.
ought to hear. He's in these bigger channels too, and he's a mod, and he just cracks us up coming up with these
Oh
things
my
to
word.
lighten the mood of it. Everybody will be depressed, and he'll pop off something and make you laugh.
That's just
Oh yeah, he's like pinning something. Um, like they pin like um. Oh gosh, what is like that fundraiser that's going on now, and she pins it. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I've learned how to do that today.
I can't do it on StreamYard, but I can do it on my phone.
Well, that's the way you have to use both of them
Oh,
to do it.
I'm just gonna pick Allie.
Yeah. She's
Bam! Is
so
she
funny.
pinned?
Huh?
I
Yeah.
pinned her.
But I'm talking about
Oh
like
gosh, I
pinning
picked the
something
weirdest comment of hers to
like
pin.
that fundraiser. Like that fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like tell Allie knows what I'm talking about, right, Allie? I learned how to do that today. I think I'm pretty sure I did.
He said, I love the
Okay.
first live we did when we were making fun of Chris Watts for 3 hours.
I know, right? Yeah. Okay. And let's see. Uh. Oh. Okay. Now the FCC is not going to contact an ex-husband about a boss that they're investigating for a $43 million fraud case. They're not going to do that. No
No, they ain't
way.
gonna tell him nothing.
Okay. Um. Now the other guy that's in prison, his partner,
Mhm.
he had to forfeit $80 million, but right before he went into prison.
Yeah, I seen that. That's some
That's a
money
lot of money. Can you imagine having $80 million
to
to
forfeit.
forfeit? So that must have been an $80 million fraud on there, and then another $43 million fraud.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, that those numbers weren't matching up to me because I went back and looked and I'm like, no, they said 43
No,
million.
they said it's two different frauds.
Yeah, that's what I'm beginning to think.
That's why this second guy's not. His is pending. So yeah, it's two different frauds, and that's just really
Gosh.
that's a
I
lot of
haven't
money,
been on
guys.
Will's channel in forever. I need to
That's
go over
more money
there.
than we could ever spend in our lifetime. Says you
I'm
should go
sure
back
I can
and
spend it.
he'll have on Israel Keys. Oh, I know, Israel Keys. Yeah.
All
I talked
right.
to Will.
That's
I
all I
talked to
got on
Will today.
Heidi. I don't really know what to make of this. I personally think they won't find her, dead or
Thank
alive.
you. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna find her alive. Um and I think they've hidden her vehicle so well they might find it, but it's gonna be a long time. Or if they do find her, it's gonna look like a suicide.
Yeah, I'm sure if they do, they
Because these
will.
two men that the two suspects
Oh,
that I have that could possibly have killed her, they have enough money to the people make it look like a suicide. They do. And
yeah.
thank you, Alex. I'm so happy with our channel with Tara. Tara's so wonderful. I love her to pieces. Did did she go away?
She was
Yes,
here. I don't know where she went.
she must have left. That was her. This is her first time being in chat.
I know.
I figured that she would stay a little bit, but yeah. And like, has everybody met everybody? I mean, like Alex, have you met Cement Shoes? I talk about him all the time. Cement Shoes is my my very first friend on YouTube.
I think
He
Alex
is
is behind.
he Cement went back since what, 2015? We've been friends since day one, since I came in. And then 411 now, uh, y'all will meet him pretty soon. But Alex is the one I talk about all the time, Cement. And then Mark Klein, Alex knows Mark Klein. And so, uh, in Cement, I've talked about Mark Klein to Cement. So I just want y'all guys to get, to know each other. But these are the people in here right now are the people I trust more than anybody in the world. And that's amazing, all y'all being in here. We appreciate it very much. I'm almost in tears all over it. Alex has turned me into a crybaby.
Oh gosh.
I didn't cry a tear. I didn't shed a tear for 9 years. I couldn't. I was all cried out. When my grandson died, I got to where I couldn't cry at all. I couldn't. I couldn't show that emotion ever. And Alex brought that out of me one day, and it just come pouring out, and it has been ever since. She's made me all just a handful of mush. And that's a good.
I'll
That's
be
a
right
good
back.
thing.
I'll come right back. The boys are getting a little crazy.
That's a
Okay.
really good thing, Alex. Because I really needed that because I was damaged. I was really damaged. But we're gonna start on Darlie Routier. Who knows about? I know that Cement knows about Darlie Routier. Anybody else know about that case? Well, she was going to be on My Innocence, the series I'm doing on innocent people that I believe is innocent, but uh, that I thought that there was no way that she could be guilty. But oh Lord, I dove into it a little deeper and I got some questions answered, and now I'm not so sure. I think she might be guilty, and I'm sad over it. But I want to talk about her a little bit tonight because um,
I'm back.
they could schedule her execution any day. But if she gets a new trial, I'm going to be there. And when they execute her, if they do execute her, I'm going there that day. Because I can stay with my sister. Because my sister lives right there.
Yeah, I 100% think she's guilty.
My sister lives 15 minutes away from where she's the courthouse. So I'll be staying with her. But I'm going to go if she gets a new trial. Or if she gets executed, either way, I'm going. But they did. There is a guy here in Oklahoma City, on the fact that they believe that he was innocent. And at the last minute, the judge turned over the ruling and commuted his to life. So he has a chance to still prove his innocence.
No. I haven't heard of that case either, of course.
Oh, that's fine, Alex. That's okay. That's
I
okay,
haven't heard
babe.
of anything. I'm beginning to think I
Talk
don't know
about
about anything.
We're gonna go over Darlie Routier's case, and then we'll be done. See, we're getting good at this. We're speeding things up, aren't we? We're not, lingering around so much. Okay, are you ready for her? Ready to pull hers up?
I'm ready. Oh, she kicked herself out. Now, let me share. Wait, let me see what I got up. Okay. I went retard. Oh, there we go. Share screen. I forgot what I was doing for a second. No. Pull it up. There we go. What's up, boy? Oh, you're good. I lost StreamYard. Oh, there, Cheryl.
You got me in? Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Alrighty.
You got it?
I got the first picture.
Now, with Darlie Routier, you've got the notes on it, so you'll just have to go with it, and I will, because I know that by heart, but I don't know dates and all that because my notebook got dumped
Hey,
in a
guess
tub of
what?
water.
Your camera's on.
What? Okay. My hang on. My damn, I can't turn it
There
on.
you
It won't do it. It keeps coming
go.
on.
It
It's
wants you to.
it's doing it. Look, it just keeps doing it. I know I got my
You're
hair
good
all
now.
pulled up and everything. My eyes are all swollen and my hair's all pulled up like a monkey. It keeps popping off of it.
You're good now. You're not back on. You're off camera.
Oh, you ought to see the beautiful pictures of uh that it is on my phone. How beautiful the pictures are. The colors of
Oh
the
yeah,
Darlie's pictures, the
yeah.
reds and stuff. It's really pretty. Um, yeah. Okay, this is her and her two children. Does it? Yeah, everybody know about the case?
I actually thought I didn't know about it, and then I was started reading, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that case. But yeah, it
Mark,
took
do
me a
you
minute.
Mark, do you know about the case, Darlie? Oh
Yeah, it
shoot.
was a pretty family, Alex.
Yeah, it is. Alex, do you know about the case? I love you too, Alex, so much. You just don't even know how much. Everybody knows how much everybody, you can ask anybody how much I love Alex. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Cement, Mark, all of them.
Yes,
Tara.
I said we'd be right back.
I want to call Tara. I want to call her Tara.
Everybody does.
I'm
Mark said
fixing
he
to
thinks
start.
he knows. We'll have to refresh him.
I'm fixing to start spelling her name with the E so I can
Yeah,
pronounce
just
it right.
go for it. I don't even care. All
I
right.
know.
Well,
Oh,
I
it's
guess
my
we'll
little
have
Bentley
to.
being a baby. He's so cute. Bentley is the most. Oh, he's so adorable. He
I
is the
guess we'll
most.
just kind of.
He is handsome. Okay, so what? Do you have notes on her?
Yeah. I got
You
some.
go for it. You go for it, and then you do the hit on
Just
the
stop
point.
me if I'm incorrect.
Okay.
All right. So she was arrested and convicted of murder of her. Well, she was. We'll explain why here in a bit. She was convicted of murdering one of her sons, but she killed both of her sons, 5 and 6-year-old Devin and Damon, when she was 26. Um, the murders occurred on June 6, 1996, and then she was arrested on June 18th, 1996. She is currently on death row at, I think it's Gatesville prison in Texas, and she's
Uh-huh.
49 or 50 now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, and the
Okay.
reason that they only did tried her for one of the murders was in case for some reason the case fell through or she was found not guilty. That way they
No.
could. No.
Uh, I think that they only needed to um they only did it one of the boys because that was all it was necessary to get her.
Yeah,
They had the most evidence and they didn't deem it necessary to do the other one.
yeah, and they were holding back on the other one as well, so that in case for some reason she wasn't
That
convicted of murdering the first one, that they could
they would
retry her for murder again for the other son.
right. Which was see how crooked that was? That's totally
Hmm.
crooked.
Yeah,
That's why they wanted her no matter what. And that's what made me that was the start of me thinking that she was innocent. Okay.
yeah.
Keep
So
going.
let's see. On the night that the murder happened, her husband and 7-month-old baby were upstairs sleeping. They were unharmed. Nothing happened
Darren.
to them. So, yeah, nothing happened to them. They were upstairs asleep. Darlie was sleeping on the couch. Apparently, she had been doing that for quite a bit. I'm I'm assuming that's the way they made it sound. I
Well,
guess you.
they said that she was uh having problems sleeping, and that the
Yeah.
baby was keeping her awake. And I mean, like, and she was just going through a lot of trouble being with the kids all the time. And so Darren would she would take care of the other two boys because they wanted to sleep in the living room with her, and she slept up there sometimes with him, but sometimes, she if the baby had kept her up previous days and she needed to get some rest, Darren would take over and she would sleep on the couch.
Yeah. And I guess that particular night, the two boys slept in the living room with her.
Right. They always did when she slept down there.
Okay. So I watched and read some on it. So when Darlie, how she was woke up, I was confused on because I know, like, I know
Uh,
that she had her throat slit, but it also said something about her son was tapping on her shoulder.
uh, yeah, too. She wasn't really sure. Well, she heard him say "mommy," and
Mm,
uh, then the uh guy was on her, attacking her, and slit her throat, and then uh, he had. I mean, she thinks that she might have blacked out. She
yeah.
fought him off. I mean, she fought him off, and then she thought she might have blacked out a little bit, and then when she woke up, one of the boys was with her. I mean, like, I don't know if he was coming towards her, she said, or something. Um, but I'm not really clear on that, what her story was there. Um,
Dang it.
we
Where'd
are doing
it
the transcripts in Zab Girls. Cement, do you
go?
know?
Where'd they go?
Cement knows details about that, I'm sure. Of how, well, they said that she was attacked first, they thought. Or one of the boys was attacked first and then she was attacked. She doesn't quite really
To
know,
me,
I
it
don't think.
sounded like both the boys were attacked and then she was.
Right.
That's how I.
But one of them was up walking around, is what
Yeah.
I took it. But I don't know. That's unclear. I think Cement might know a little bit more about that than I do. But anyway, she was screaming. Her screaming is what woke Darren up, and he rushed downstairs.
Yeah. And I guess
And
she called 911. And the
she did.
this is the first part that starts to make me wonder about her is when she was on the phone with 911, she told them that she picked up the knife and she hoped that that didn't mess with like the fingerprint evidence.
She was worried
I mean,
about that.
your throat is slit. One of your children is dead. The other one isn't dead yet, but he's dying, and you're worried about touching the
Fingerprints on
murder weapon.
right.
I don't know. That was
But
my first
when
alarm.
you're in a state of mind, I don't know how I would. I mean, if I saw the
Yeah,
murder weapon, I don't know. I might have picked it up too. I mean, I don't know on
and
that.
yeah, and the sad part is I've seen that the dad tried to give CPR to the one son that was still alive, but when he was giving him the CPR, he said that the air that he was, when he was giving him CPR was coming out his chest.
Right.
So, I mean, he was, and the whole time that he was doing this, she wasn't trying to save her kids at all. And I mean, like you said, she could have been in shock, but
But
I don't know.
she was bringing them towels and stuff, and um,
She was bringing him towels, but she didn't help him try
yeah,
to
these
keep the
CPR.
boy alive.
Well, she was like running around in panic. I do know that.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, like you said, you wouldn't necessarily know what you would do in situations like this, but I would think
Um,
if that happened to my son, I wouldn't
um,
be running around acting like an idiot. I would be like the dad trying to save his life.
I would be, yeah. It, she did say something on the oh, I don't know, the 911 call that they said it was funny. I mean, she was saying like
Mm,
that I don't know, something. She said something that was weird that they brought that up. But what gets me, what made now my other theory is that Darren had somebody steal his car and go sink it for insurance money. He also solicited someone to come and break in his house and be a robbery and for the insurance money. Now, I thought that maybe he hired somebody to break in their house, and I think that my theory before was Darlie was the target. She had a $450,000 life insurance on her head. His
yeah,
business had went under, and he was drowning in debt. And it would have made more sense if Darren had done it to get Darlie was the target.
yeah,
And the guy that he had brought in didn't expect the kids, and the kids interrupted it in and uh, it went bad. Is what I was thinking. And that
I was
still is
thinking too much.
to me is a I don't see. I mean, he's the one that set up all that insurance fraud, you know. And she did have a insurance policy on her head for $450,000
Yeah,
because her motive is so weak. That's what gets me is the motive is so weak.
yeah. And the thing she said that I guess a screen had been cut. So was the window already open?
Okay, no, no, the screen had. Okay, this is what got me. Okay, the screen had been cut by a knife that was in the kitchen,
A
and then
butter
it was
knife.
put back just a regular one that was in the block that was in the kitchen cutting block. You know where the knives are kept in a block.
Yeah,
And it was put back in the block after
yeah.
it
That's
was used on the
what.
screen. And the cut that they made in the screen was not big enough for someone to come in or go out of a
Now,
person.
and like I watch Unsolved No More. He's a YouTube channel. He's a retired detective and he's a retired all kinds of stuff. And he was saying that as a rule, intruders always, go in and out the same way they come.
Right.
And it's also rare that an intruder doesn't bring his own weapon into a dark
Weapon.
house at night, where he has
Right.
no clue where anything's supposed to be. And the other thing, they were talking about a theft. All her jewelry was on the counter by the
Well,
knife block. So, why
but
wasn't any
I
of that
mean,
taken?
but if Darren sent someone in there and it went bad, uh, the guy could have panicked. He didn't mean to go in
Yeah.
there and kill anyone except for Darlie. But why wouldn't he bring his own knife?
And
I
he
mean,
also said that no blood was found outside of the home or anywhere in the areas where the intruder, would have escaped. Like she said, she thought maybe he went through out the garage door.
mhm.
There was no
and
blood
there had been,
anywhere.
and the guy would have been covered in blood. It seems. I
Yeah, he
mean,
had just massacred 3 people pretty much. But this
and that
picture
sock,
is the
and this sock found down the road, with blood on it. I mean,
yeah, and
they
it had
think
both of the boys' blood on it.
right.
But it was the
They think that
dad's.
she ran. Well,
It
they
was the
think that
dad's
she ran
sock.
down there through the sock and came back and then cut her own throat over the sink because it did. okay, this is what got me. That detective said that she cut her throat over the sink because there was a cleanup on the sink. And he said the reason that he thinks that it did not happen like she said is because if her throat was cut on the couch, there would have been a pooling of her blood on the couch where
All
she
right,
was
I'm forewarning
eventually
y'all. I'm
cut.
gonna show a picture with blood on it. I don't.
I mean, which she was originally cut. That's where the blood pooling, the most blood would have been, and there was no blood there. So there was drippings, like somebody cleaned it up at the sink when they used aluminol uh, in the sink, and it had been cleaned up. So that is a bad sign on her part. The broken glass in the kitchen, if the perpetrator had run and knocked the glass in the floor and broke it, then she was running in there barefoot after him, then her feet would have been cut by the glass. And they weren't. The vacuum cleaner being turned over and the where the drips of the blood was uh, on the vacuum cleaner and stuff, they thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
Like it was staged.
And that sock, it belonged to the dad. It didn't even belong to any of the.
Right. And
I'm like, why was the dad's sock with drops of the kid's blood on? That whole
yep,
sock thing,
she
I
could,
don't even understand.
okay, because she could have had it on her hands if she stabbed them, and then she could have wiped a little bit on that sock,
Yeah,
ran out the back door, ran down there through the sock, come back, cut her throat, and then started staging things, and then called 911 and all that.
I have the loudest clicking mouse on planet Earth.
You know, I think I mean, that makes sense. But what got me was if her throat was cut where she said it was on the couch, then the pooling of the blood would have been on the couch, not in the kitchen sink. Where he said that's where the pooling of the blood, where you could tell that's where she cut her throat. Also, they're talking about the wound was superficial on her neck, but it
Oh,
was,
yeah. Let me
and
find
it
these
was,
pictures.
and it was centimeters away from her main artery, but it only went
Ah,
through uh, the fatty part of her neck and it stopped. So that's why they called it a superficial wound. And
there we
now the bruising on her arms was supposed to be from her fighting off the perpetrator. But if she was having to, uh, if her boys were fighting for their lives, and because the way that they were stabbed violently, like if they were, I think that she would have got those kind of bruises by doing that too.
go. Yeah,
By the violence that was in the rage that it would have took for her to stab, because one of the boys was stabbed, the knife went plumb through him and it stuck into the floor.
just ugh, it's terrible.
And I saw the autopsy pictures of, you know,
Yeah, I seen those, but I didn't want to show them.
of the
It was a bit
boys.
much.
Right, but I mean,
They're not hard
and
to find if somebody
it was
wants to
so
show them.
violent. Oh my goodness, it was so violent, you know. And I mean, those bruises right there, at first I thought they were defense bruises, but they also could have been bruises of how violent it was, the attacks on her kids.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
I mean,
you
these
know,
kids weren't stabbed like once or twice. These kids were
mm-mm,
destroyed.
butchered.
You know,
They were butchered. Show the ones, I mean, that one blonde headed picture of her where she is like real cocky and,
let me s-
but,
zoom
but I still think that, I don't know, Darren, I don't
that
know,
one.
I still think Darren might have, you know, because I can explain that sock being down there and coming back and the broken glass. No, her feet wasn't cut. The sink, the blood being cleaned up in the sink where she cut her throat, and it wasn't on the couch. That one's weird. Uh,
And
You
another
know,
thing
just
that
different things.
during Unsolved No More's video when I was watching, um, the majority of her blood was not on the couch where it should have been since she had her throat
Oh,
slit there and was attacked there. Most of the blood was on the kitchen sink area and it had
where
been
she cut
cleaned
her.
up.
Yeah, that's where he said that she cut her throat and she cleaned it up so that they couldn't tell. But the
And both,
aluminol picked it up.
yeah, yeah, that's where the majority of her blood was.
Mhm. And then the screen being cut and the knife being put back in the block and the screen being cut in that L shape, it was not big enough for someone to climb in and out, you know. And if he came in that way, he would have went out that window. If he ran that way, he wouldn't have ran out the laundry room.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
And then, of course, the one that everybody knows about this case, the birthday party at the cemetery. I
Right.
think it was the day
With the silly
before she was
string.
arrested.
Uh,
I don't think I have a picture of that, but yeah, the day I think it was the day before or a couple days before she was arrested.
yeah.
And
Can
yeah,
you
so they
still
of
hear?
course I don't hear
Can you still
nothing.
hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're good.
Because I leaned on my. I'm thinking I'm using my laptop and I leaned on my phone.
But yeah, they were
And my
laughing, having fun, doing silly string, but in a way you have to think about it. Some people grieve differently than others. I don't That doesn't mean she murdered him because of the bizarre thing that she did, but I don't know. It's weird as hell to me. It's just strange, strange. But to me, all of the evidence points to Darlie, but not necessarily the motive. I don't. Mm, but she also had a journal. I think Cheryl muted herself again. She had a journal and she wrote in it I think a couple weeks before the murders happened that she was going to kill herself. She was suffering postpartum depression. You know, I don't know. It's weird that she had just wrote that she was going to kill herself in the journal. A couple weeks before this happened. Oh, Cheryl's gone again. Yeah, the silly string. I don't know. That's not something I would have done, but I guess everybody grieves in their own way. But to me, that's not grieving. Oh, there's her now. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I have the loudest clicker mouse on planet Earth. Trigger warning if you don't like clickers. But I'm not. And yeah, one of the boys, he was stabbed. All of his stab wounds were to the back. The other boy, all of his stab wounds were to the chest. And then, oh, there she is.
and their leg. I mean,
You're back.
and the leg, and I mean, they had wounds all over. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
but now I said, there's no way that those are defensive wounds, those bruises. She was fighting somebody off, but the violence of it, I think that she could have got those bruises during the
Yeah,
killing
because
of
it
her.
was a savage attack.
Right.
And
And
like I
I mean,
said, there's videos of it out there or, pictures, but I can't bring myself to show them.
but now, okay, her, uh, oh, her motive is just so much weaker than what Darren's motive would have been.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. Is
I
because
think that, I was talking to my husband, and my husband thinks that maybe both the parents were in on it for the life insurance money that they would collect because they were in some financial debt.
It was only
And
$10,000.
well, his theory, my husband thinks that they both knew what was going on, but for whatever reason she did it and he let her do it. Because I'm sorry, if you're I get you're upstairs, but you don't think either boy is going to make a noise being stabbed to death? You're telling me he didn't hear nothing?
He said he didn't hear nothing. That's
I,
why that I kind of
I find that
they
hard
were
to believe.
they were in such financial thing despair. I think that he had the motive and he wanted Darlie dead
Yeah, I
before
don't
he
know.
even $50,000.
The whole
If,
situation's
if they were
bizarre.
in it together, you think that she's gonna die and let him go out there and remarry and raise a kid and live his life if he was in on it? No way. No way.
Yeah,
Just saying. There's just no
I go.
way.
Is,
And her
is that
lawyer was
her husband?
huh?
Is that her husband? This picture I'm pulling up.
That's her kids. Aren't they
Well,
beautiful kids?
I know. Yeah, it's a little
They're
behind.
beautiful. And I just think, I don't know, he had more of a motive to do it to me. I think that at first I thought Darlie was the target, but until the screen thing, that unsolved number one, he answered those questions for me. The screen was, I had a question about that, and the cleanup over the sink, and that there was no pooling of blood under on the couch where she initially got her throat slit. That's where the pulling up most blood would have been.
Yeah.
And that there was, I told you I had I had 4 questions, and he answered them for me. And that I just don't know. I mean, her motive is just so weak. I mean, unless it's the postpartum depression, it was
Yeah,
really
like I
more
said, the
attention.
motive is weak, but if you're looking at the evidence, it points directly to her. But
Right.
as
And
for
I
the
mean,
motive, I'm not sure on the motive, but I
but,
all the evidence to me points to her.
but yeah, it points, well, all the evidence to me points to Darren hiring somebody to come in and rob them, and it went wrong. And she was, well, or to kill her. She was the target. And
Yeah.
that's the only thing that makes sense. But then
Some
they
things
say
just
that
don't ever make sense though.
postpartum depression can lead you into doing a lot of things, killing your
Yeah.
kids without having a financial motive. But they did say she liked a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And so they think that she might have been doing it for a sympathy attention.
Yeah, Kevin says Darlie wanted Darren to
Oh,
suffer.
baby. Oh,
That would
Alan,
be the ultimate way to make Darren suffer.
right. I mean, and okay, Darlie's lawyer was Darren's lawyer, so he wasn't going to point the finger at Darren at all
No.
because Darren paid the bill, and that was he was his lawyer too. So
Yeah,
my
I know
so
there's a
I
lot of
still
people that are conflicted on whether she did it
I
or not. And
well
I
I
know there's some reasonable doubt because the Innocent Project did pick her case up.
right, but what I do, well, I mean, I still, oh God, even after this, I still have. I mean, the cutting of the throat, not being the blood on the couch, the screen,
The
make me
cleanup
think
of the
she's
blood.
guilty. She's guilty.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
then,
she's guilty.
but the motive, would be more towards Darren. I mean, so then I think he's guilty. So I mean,
Where'd it go? I lost Mark's comment. Oh, there it is. He said if the husband was going to set her up to be murdered, the boys wouldn't have been there. That yeah, I
well,
agree.
well, uh, I think that he already had it set up, and I think that he didn't expect the boys to want to sleep down there with her because he had already gone to bed, and he didn't know that the boys was going to stay down there and sleep with her.
Mm, I don't know.
And I mean the life insurance policy is what's getting me, her motive and stuff like that. And that for attention, and I know that mothers do it all the time, but that was a violent attack on her kids. I had to
Yeah.
hated them so much. And
But like you said, postpartum can do some crazy things to your brain.
look at all those women that did do that, but to stab them, I have never, I don't know. I mean, I've come across psychos that have, cut their kids' heads off, and I mean, all kinds of bad things.
Well, I did
But,
watch the behavior
right,
panel. Have you ever watched them before?
right,
They say that she's a bona fide psychotic psychopath.
right. And he wants attention. And I just don't know. I just can't see a mother. I mean, usually they drown their babies or they do something like that. But stabbing them like
Yeah.
that kind of violence was just horrible. So I'm like, Darren, I do believe Darren could have been, could have, and it pointing towards her. He didn't have a scratch on him and that baby didn't.
No, but I mean, like if you watch when you watch Unsolved No More, he tells you, sometimes you're never gonna know why something happened. You just have to go based on the facts, and the
Right.
facts point
Um,
to Darlie doing it. You may
and
never know why she did it, but she did do it.
that blood thing, that blood on that's supposed to be on the couch and it
Hmm.
being in something being cleaned up, that's bizarre right there.
But whether, her husband knew about it or was in on it, that's up in the air to me. But as far as who committed the crime, she committed the crime to me. Why she committed it, I'll never be able to tell you why.
It's just so, but she didn't get a fair trial, I don't think at all, because
No, no, she didn't.
she didn't get a fair trial. That she does need to get a new trial.
I still think she would be convicted of killing him, but no, her trial was very unfair.
Because she needed a new lawyer because she didn't need the one that's gonna, you
Mm-mm.
know, not coddle him and not bring him in and as a suspect because that $450,000 life insurance really does wear on me. If
Yeah, I don't.
also if it
Man,
was home,
my phones
I
pop
would
up
just
on my
got this
phone. There they
road.
are. There's Alex.
Okay, I've got that. Okay, the sock getting up the road. Okay,
Nobody
I
really knows how
I
that sock
do.
got there. There's a
I've got it
theory.
figured out. I haven't figured it out. She
I don't know.
okay. She uh the laundry room is right there. She picked she got grabbed that sock because it was Darren, wiped a little bit of the blood on it from because if she killed him, it would have been on her hands a little bit. She could have wiped just a little bit on there, ran down there, threw it, and then come back and then cut her throat and did all that.
And that's to possibly, support her
Uh-huh.
burglar
Yeah,
situation.
that's what she was trying to do. So,
That's
so
all I can come up with about the sock. The
that,
sock is
that's
bizarre to me.
that's how she got the sock down there. I know it is. I mean, I can just see it. I know. Before she cut her throat, then she put a little bit of blood on that sock and then ran it down there real fast and ran back.
I think it was a bad attempt of trying to make it look like a
The
burglar.
perpetrator ran out. Right. Does that answer it, Alex? Because I
But I
believe
mean,
wholeheartedly.
I could be completely wrong. She could be innocent. She could have, this could all have been a setup on her. But to me, I think she's guilty.
Just the couch not having the pool of blood, that's where her throat was supposed to be cut. And
And like Mark
to
said,
know,
the sink just seals her fate to
see,
me too.
that's it. The sink and the blood should, if she got her throat cut on the couch, like she said, that's where the pool of blood would have been, not over the sink and cleaned up. So we just have to figure
Mm.
out her motive.
But yeah, she doesn't have an execution date set up, does she? She's just
Uh,
on death
it-
row.
no, any day she could have one. She's on her last. She's taking it to. They've taken it to a higher court. They're waiting on that ruling
Hmm.
if she's going to do trial or not. But they still could step in right now, because all of her other appeals, they had to take it to a higher court. But they could still schedule her execution any day.
That's crazy.
But oh God, she's been in there so many years. She's been in there for years and years.
Yeah, she was 20. When was she actually convicted? Because I know she was arrested when she was 26 in 1996, and she's, what, 50 now? She's
Yeah,
been in there a long time.
right. And she still says she's innocent. I mean, that's a long time to.
Yeah. Oh, she was convicted in 1997. So yeah, she's been in there a hot minute.
Did that answer your question about the sock, Alex?
Well, Alex said she was dozing. I think she's falling asleep in and out.
Yeah. Alex, baby, if you want to go to sleep, you're not obligated to stay.
We don't got too much more to cover.
We're finished. We're done. We're at the end of it. But I hope that answers your question about the sock, because I know that wholeheartedly that's how it got up there. That's the only way it could have.
Yeah.
Only way. There's no other way. Because when Darren came down, the neighbor come over. The police was, right there on him, so he couldn't have ran down there and did it. She had to do it before she cut her throat and before she called 911. 1997. Kevin
Yeah.
Michael.
She's been in there a long time.
Who's Kevin Michael? Oh, hi,
I
Kevin
don't know.
Michael.
I've seen them
Sorry.
all in the comments though.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry I
And all
missed
up in
you.
the chat, keeping it hot.
I'm sorry I didn't see you. But welcome.
I know he
We're-
blends in with Mark because I see the Klein and then Kevin, and I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But welcome. Are you in the true crime community, or I haven't seen you around, or just interested in these cases?
Is this a
But
Lala alt?
this is this was one of my passionate cases, and I believe that she was totally innocent. But then I got some questions answered about, the blood pooling, where
Yeah.
she should have been cut. God, the violence, the hatred that she would have had to have to do her babies that way. If I felt like that at all, I would have chopped my own head off before I would have touched my babies.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh
What's
dear
your
Lord.
opinion, Alex? What do you think of this case? Do you think she's innocent, guilty? You don't have a clue? What do you think?
Yeah. Alex, you know that I have lived and breathed this case, and I've looked at every little detail about how that sock could have got there, and I have went over everything, and that is the only explanation that's
I think
possible.
I know. I think Mark and Kevin think she's guilty just from reading back their comments.
Okay.
Let me scroll up. God, my mouse. I gotta get a different
Darlie
mouse. It's so
world.
clickety.
Okay, what's Darlie world?
I don't know what Cement
That
thinks.
she's innocent?
I'm scrolling, trying to see what he thinks. I think he said he thought she was guilty somewhere up at the top, but the comments are gone
Kevin,
now.
Kevin thinks she's guilty. Um,
Yep, guilty.
I'm leaning more towards that than I was before. Before, I would have, oh God, I'd argued you into the ground until
Yeah.
I started, stepping back and taking the emotion out of it. And then I started seeing things for a little differently.
And like they said, there doesn't necessarily have to be,
Uh, uh,
for us to know why it happened. It's where the evidence points.
that's one thing that, these cases that oh my gosh, the mystery behind these cases is what intrigues me because I want to figure out the mystery. I want to figure out, what it is that, and with my background, I want to figure out the psychological part, why they did this. What were they thinking? What is wrong with them? I just,
Alex said she leans towards her being innocent. I can I feel like she's guilty, but then again, there is a lot of shadiness that happened. So I don't know. I feel that she's guilty. I do, but I can't say 100% sure. I can say about 95% sure that she's guilty in my mind. But there's that 5% chance with all the weird stuff going on with her husband, him talking about having someone burglarize the home ahead of time. Um, I don't know. I just don't know.
I keep forgetting I'm on my phone and I'm talking, to my laptop because I messed my laptop up tonight, but at least the other way around, and I keep pushing the button on my phone and messing me up.
I would say I'm 95% sure she's guilty, but I'm gonna save that 5% that there's a chance, because there are some holes, and some questions that aren't answered. So I'm gonna hold on to a little bit that it's possible but not probable she's innocent to me.
45% she's innocent, and the other 55 that she's guilty right now.
Darren didn't invent the insurance scam story until 5 years after her conviction.
No,
Well,
no, that was way before. He had his car. First, it was his car. He got it stolen and had it sunk in the river, a river or something. He,
oh, I don't know.
uh,
I didn't see any of that.
the guy that did it come forward, and they didn't charge Darren because of what he was going through, losing his kids. Uh, that now the one where he was having the guy break into his house. That was just a few weeks before it happened. Before
And
this
it
happened,
wasn't to like steal jewelry or nothing. Didn't it say to steal furniture?
it was to, not electronics. It was to do electronics and all that.
Oh, okay. I seen something about furniture. I was like, what? You
Yeah,
better
and
have
they
some
also,
nice ass
they also
furniture.
had their business. Some of their those. Um, oh, he did. I forgot what he did. Computer or something to do with those. But and he had all those in his house, and those all can be stolen and all that. So yeah, it was a few weeks before. So, but yeah, no, that insurance thing was done way before, and he'd already done one fraud with having them steal his car.
And there's no telling. He may have come up with another insurance story.
Right.
Who knows?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could be right. I could be wrong. I could have, read something wrong. But yeah, I mean, if you know where we can find that, uh, let us know, and I will sure look it up. But I'm gonna go. If she gets a retrial, I am gonna go, and I'm gonna be there for that. If she gets executed, I'm gonna be there for that. So either one, I'm going. I'm gonna be there. So in this weekend, Thanksgiving, I'm gonna start my it's a documentary on my son's missing best friend when he was 11. I'm doing that on uh the day before Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving.
Which one was
So
that?
Thomas Tillery,
Thomas Tiller.
yeah, they were 11 years old when he come up missing. He just left my house and then home,
Hmm.
and he disappeared in thin air. And then they found his skeleton 16 years later.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And my son, he thinks about him every day, every day.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been. I mean, I had nightmares over it forever, but I promised Thomas since that he slipped through the cracks of the school and the parents around him that I would fight tooth and nail until I died trying to bring his murderer to justice because I know who did it. So, and I will. I'm going to. But I'm going to do that documentary this weekend. I mean, over the holidays because I'll be down there. And I'm going to go talk to the sheriff. I know the sheriff, oh, the one that's in office now. Oh, he used to hit on me every day. So I know I can get a story from him. I can get the paperwork if I want it. So, and I called down there, and the old sheriff that was sheriff at the time he disappeared didn't even remember Thomas, didn't even remember a child going missing. The only child that's ever went missing in our town. They didn't even investigate it. They make me sick. Wait till I get down there.
Wow.
Oh, and then they get put on Facebook, the missing and exploited kids thing. They put it on Facebook, advertising it. If anyone has any information, and
Yeah.
they go to Medill, where I'm from, their number. They don't answer
Yeah.
that phone
Oh
ever,
God.
never.
That sounds
They're not
about right.
on the case. They don't even have a file on the case. He was found in another county, so the cold case detective up there is working on it. He talks to me on the phone at least once every 2 weeks. You know, he said that I was the only one that even cared about Thomas, me and my son, and my niece. His own family, his mother didn't even give a darn, and his stepdaddy killed him. We know he did. I know he did, 100%.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. And he slipped through the cracks, but I will be bringing his case up, and I will try my best to bring that guy to justice. I will. I'm going to.
Yeah.
It could have been my son. I mean, well, it couldn't have been my son because it wasn't a stranger that abducted him. It was his stepfather that killed him, and his mother knows it. And it seems funny, the apartment they lived in burned down 2 weeks later. Coincidence?
Yeah. Convenience.
But and then he was dumped. You know, they found his skull, and that was it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do it for my son too. Because he carries that around with him.
Yeah.
But okay, so now on, I guess that's about it on the Darlie thing, isn't
That's all
it?
I got.
You you have all the picture. No more pictures. Okay. So, and I will keep you updated. And I did want to bring this up, the Stephen Avery case that I'm gonna be talking about. We're gonna have a series on it, and it's gonna be the same night every week, because it's gonna take you know, uh, several several lives to cover it.
Yeah. That case is. I don't know.
that that case is foul play from get go, but I'm very passionate about that. The 16-year-old that got railroaded because my son was railroaded like that. And my
Yeah.
son, 16 years in prison for something he didn't do.
Mm,
And there was nothing that we could do about it.
yeah.
Uh, but
Terrible.
he's out now, and uh, he is going to do an interview with me.
That would be cool.
Excuse me. Yeah, and I told him he needs to write a book because it is our justice system. It was the police officers, the correctional officers, and our whole court system, the judge, the that are crooked. All of them are crooked, every one of them, and they cost us uh, over $1 million. I had to sell my home. Uh, my husband worked for these rich people, and if it wasn't for them putting up the money for us, we paid them back every dime. But we had to come up with $450,000 for one lawyer. They dropped us the day the trial started, so we lost all that money. And
Wow.
and then his job, my husband's job, put up another 450,000. To we had an hour to find another lawyer,
That's
and
insane.
yeah, they railroaded my son right into prison, and they did it the same way they did Brandon Dassey, because he was underage at the time it happened, and they questioned him without a parent, and he was almost murdered twice by correctional officers.
Wow. Maybe you
Yeah,
should do a video or a story just on him alone.
yeah. He had to have his. Oh, they crushed his face in, and because he because he was in it. He knew he was a right hand man for a. I don't know how to put this. He worked in the kitchen, and the woman that worked in the kitchen was one of the ones bringing it in, and there was four guards bringing it in, and there was no. They've got it boycotting to where the prisoners can't get drugs and cell phones into the prison anymore. It is the guards and the uh, workers that work
Yeah.
in there, civilians that are bringing it in. And he was this one girl's right hand man, and they were afraid he was going to talk, but he didn't. And so uh, they tried everything in the world, to get him to talk, and they tried to kill him because of it, because it was law enforcement that was the crooked ones. And I mean, so I was waiting for him to get out to even mention anything about it because I didn't want him killed. But
Yeah.
yeah, they tried to kill him. And they didn't even tell me he was up here on life support, and they didn't even tell me that he was hurt. I didn't know until
Yeah.
he was well, and he come out of it, and they took him back to the prison, and he called me. Well, the nurse that took care of him is the one he married.
Aw.
But yes, they're married. She kept him alive, and yeah, they got married as soon as he got out.
That's
So
sweet.
yeah, he adopted her little girl too.
Aw.
So yeah, and he got his son. He lost his son was just born when he went in, and he got his son back when his son was 15. They gave him custody back to Trent.
Well, at least it
So
had a good outcome in the end. It could have been worse. He could still be in prison.
oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, but the thing about it is, there's a person that is on, you know, this holier than thou platform that they're doing, preaching that they don't, uh, they're just as bad as Natasha. She's a bully and she's lying. She's the biggest liar there is. Um, the girl that did this to my granddaughter, she abused her, and I fought tooth and nail and made sure that she got the maximum sentence. And she's
Yeah,
still
I
in
would
there, and
too.
she won't get out until she's an old lady. She still has uh 20 more years to go, and so I'm the one that pushed and pushed and pushed and made sure. I almost killed her. I was wanting her dead, and
Yeah,
for this woman to get up there and say that I harmed my grandchild is beyond anything that is imaginable to me, because I would
yeah,
die for any one of my grandkids. Anyone can tell how close I am to my grandkids. They're my life, and my
yeah.
kids
You're
are my life.
always talking about him.
and for her to get up there and lie about me, and it is beyond anything that I've ever seen in my life, and it hurts. It really hurts. But
Yeah, even if
our
there
just
was something going on between the 2 of you, that's not something that should ever be brought up.
yeah, I mean, it always she brought up the other night that she doesn't that anyone that shows screenshots of people's private conversations are dirt and saying all kinds of bad things about them. She did it.
I did
She
it.
brought ours out. Oh, Tara, that's different.
No, I'm just
Yours
saying,
is totally
I
different.
shared screenshots.
Yours, no, this is different. That's different. This
Yeah,
is it didn't matter because you know me, you know me. Anything that I'm saying, I don't mind anybody sharing with anybody. You know that. And
yeah.
the all I said was all nice stuff. And I have a button on her that I could spill and hurt her really bad, but I'm not doing that because I
No,
said I'm not
it's
that
not
type of
worth the
person.
sink to someone else's level.
I mean, I'm not like that. I stick to my convictions. I said that I would never do that to anyone. If we have a falling out, I will walk away and not say a word. So, Kevin, I hope that you subscribe and hit the like button on your way back. We could out because we could sure use it. We're just brand new and we're just trying to get it down. And we hope you enjoyed it. We've got some really good cases coming up. I don't know if you know the Stephen Avery, Brandon Dassey case, uh, but we are going to break that down into segments about the framing stuff of them too. You know, it's going to be very interesting. And
Man.
there's a lot of cases that we've just got lined up that is just really good deep dive cases. And I'm going to also get to Catch a Murderer, that game. I mean, it's a game for all of my people to have fun with once a week and come in and we're going to see if we can solve a murder. It's and you get real evidence and all that. So I'm going to order that this week. So we'll be doing that. And then any case that you want, you just type it in the chat or email me. And anyone that you're passionate about, you tell me right now. We'll get it ready and we will present it. So anything that you like, I mean, we want to do stuff for our uh, subscribers, not just cases that we're interested in, but cases that are dear to our subscribers' hearts. And that's why that Cement, we have made a few videos for him, and then he has another case for me to do, so I'm going to do that. So, Mark, you better get one lined up. But if you have one that you're passionate, if you want to tell us right now what case you're passionate about, I would love to dig into it and present it for you. I mean, Kara does really good videos on stuff like that. She does really wonderful videos. So anything, anything that you ever need from us, you just email us and let us know in chat, and we'll be here. So, and I hope y'all all enjoyed it. So we
Yeah, I'm
enjoyed
gonna have
y'all.
to get off here. The boys are wanting to steal my laptop or something.
Well, thank you all for coming. We appreciate you. Appreciate my mods. They stick it out with me. Well, we're
All
gonna
right.
go to. We're gonna.
See you
Oh, I'm gonna
guys
have a.
next
I'm
time.
also going to have a. I'm gonna do an interview with a paranormal investigator, and then I have a interview with the mom of a murdered child. I'm going to stream that court thing in December, and then I got some. I just got so much lined up, but we will put your case first if you have one that you want. So, anything like a fun night, if you want to come up with a fun night, we'll do that. Because our channel is for our subscribers, not for us. So, we love you guys. Appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a good night.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Mark said he will do some research for us. That's wonderful.
All
Thank
right.
you. Mark Klein. Have you met Mark Klein?
Me? No.
Oh, Mark Klein. He's got a
Well, I
ranch.
mean, in chats, I've seen him.
Okay. Well, he's my buddy. He's protective of me, and so is Cement. They're my, they're just my knight in shining armors. They're my guys. I'm so thankful I met them. They're just wonderful people, and I love them very much. So
Guys.
I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you, Kevin, for coming. I hope you come back. I hope you subscribe.
All
So,
right. Bye,
yeah,
guys.
thank you guys. Have a good one. Night, night.